Oh, baby. Alright, so. On Monday, I made some terrible decisions. On the back of some uncomfortable levels of exhaustion. And, completely failed. Is this streaming or not? What's going on here? Okay, it's working. Cool. Yeah, I made some terrible decisions. I got into a war with Burgundy for no particular reason. And, So what I do... Hey, Rebel. Or Wrecker. Similar looking names. So what I tend to do when I fail, and I kind of learned this when I was dabbling in StarCraft 2 years ago. But I look at the earliest point of failure that I can think of, and that's what I try to fix. And I ignore the stuff after it, because if you fix the first part, it's going to change everything after it anyway. But yeah, my big problem was that war with Burgundy. I think I might have been able to pull it off if it weren't for that. Maybe not comfortably, but I would have been able to do it. So, I'm simply not going to attack someone with a superior army again. And I think that's going to make a big difference. I also know a little more about what I should be grabbing and coring. I'm going to switch that around a bit, but I think I'm going to have another go at the same starting strategy. So I'm going to go after England. I'm going to use that to leapfrog into Ireland, through Scotland, and then into Norway. I liked that start quite a bit. Calais is not on this list. Manpower recovery speed would be really good after that war. War with England. Royal marriage to the Provence for diplomatic reputation. Don't really need it. Improve our prestige for 100 admin. Ooh. I think I want the prestige, though. Now, I gotta make sure that Calais isn't in the French region, because if it is, then I don't want that quest, because I don't want Calais. Good, it's not. Is the French region? France, yes. Yeah, they can keep Calais. Perfect. They start with such high autonomy on these. That's why it was so bad last time. But that's okay. As far as rivals go, England, of course. They must be rivaled. Austria hates me, Burgundy hates me. Let's look at who's rivaled to who. Poland hates Austria, which would be really good for getting an ally with Poland. I think I want to do that earlier this time. And the reason for that is, what I'm not used to is being a strong nation from the start. And a huge impact that this has is, you get favors at the full rate, one a year. So I'm used to in early games having like a favor every 3 years, so it's almost useless unless you're allying smaller nations, but I can ally whoever I want and get a lot of favors out of them, including up through the Ottomans. So allying the Ottomans, wow, the Golden Horde is pissed off at them. If I ally the Ottomans, they don't hate the Poles yet, which is really great. So I could ally the Ottomans and Castile, most likely. Not the Polish yet, but I can get Castile. The mission just changed. Okay, I still get manpower recovery. Good. This one's actually easier. Another thing is, before I took 2 vassals in Ireland, I don't want to do that because it tied up our relationship for a long time. And then I have to do the calculations on how I'm going to annex them and at what time, which I screwed up before, which cost me quite a bit and a potential alliance with Poland at the time, because I didn't want to go too over my diplomat limit. So if I do a Irish vassal, it'll be one of them. But I'm considering instead grabbing Finland as a vassal and being able to core off of them. So before, I had to move my capital up here so that I could core across this expanse, because then I have a direct link to my capital, which lets you core even if you don't have adjacent core. And that cost me about 500 admin points. I could still move my capital later, but if I moved it to someplace like Lund, it would be cheaper because of the high development. That would also mean I have to take Lund. So yeah. I also have, if I take Finland, I'm going to have to be able to integrate them at the time, in time, as well. And in light of that, I'm considering, instead of a military idea, I mean, it was nice having 15% more morale, but I ended up getting behind on mill power, or mill tech. And that's not good. I need the admin to do things like move my capital if I have to, or core lots of things. Which, if things are going well, I am coring a lot. So, in light of that, I think I might just take maybe diplomatic ideas. Get the extra diplomat and the diplomatic relation would be really nice. It gives me some more options for manipulation around me. I could also do influence, which actually doesn't help me early on. Diplomatic annexation cost, I suppose, if I want to spend 1,200 on influence, which could help in the long run. The aggressive expansion impact minus 20%. I'm not sure if I'll get there. I suppose I don't have to take a bit dip, so I could get there. So this should help me in two ways. Improve relations. Now, it used to be I thought aggressive expansion impact would be better than improved relations. In the short term, it would be. But the improved relations means that people will cool off after I aggressively expand faster. Although by the time I get state propaganda, the aggressive expansion impact reduction, that's going to matter a lot more, because it'll be toward the end, and this won't have a lot of, the benign diplomats won't have enough time to do their job. So, I suppose if I was comparing these two, influence would be better. Especially if I'm using a vassal. Finland won't be a big vassal. In fact, they don't even go up this far. So having to annex them wouldn't be terrible. In fact, they're not a lot bigger than one of those Irish states I did before. It's got 31 development here. So 8. 6. Honestly, it's comparable. It would just cost me 2 wars, and I'd have to start integrating them earlier. But if I'm doing Diplo ideas, I don't even have to do all of Ireland at once either. I could use these as some downtime conquests. What I do need to do is make sure that England has distant what do you call it? Offer vassalization. Distance between borders. High enough distance between borders between their neighbors in Ireland. So I could just take, like, these guys and probably keep the English off of them. I don't want England to expand because I was examining the map, and besides, like, Yorkshire and London, and I think maybe 1 or 2 others, these are not super high development lands. Not all of them, at least. So taking English land wouldn't be that bad, especially since they are my rival. Which means I can take more at once, at the very least. That does provide a risk for... that does give me a risk of having too much aggressive expansion. But I never really had too much trouble with that before anyway. And if I'm doing things correctly this time, I'll take the right land up in this area that I can actually push into Muscovy and Novgorod. A, before Muscovy gets too strong, and B, before Novgorod gets eaten. And I can also attack like the Livonian Order, because this land's not too expensive either. Basically, I just want a nice northern empire. Northern and island. Optionally, I can go after Aragon, but just to take some Neapolitan land, because it's nice and cheap, and far away from my usual aggressive expansion victims, but that's optional. Righto, let's make some troops. I'm considering going all regulars this time around. Now the English start with an alliance with Portugal. Go ahead and mothball my fleet. Just make sure they don't take Saintonge? I'm going to butcher that pronunciation no matter what I do. And let's get some more men. These stacks are totally imbalanced. Smaller stack's going to go over here. This stack is going to grow. My force limit is 10 greater than I currently possess. How long does it take to raise an infantry? 2 months? Should be fine. The more combat capable general is going to have to go up here. They actually both are. Sadly, the same guy is good at siege and combat, so combat's going to be more important to start with. How big is the Portuguese army? I forget. $13,000, so I probably want a few more down here. Just leave you there. Add 4 to that army. 6 to this army. Very good. Ally the Spaniards. Good, good. I'll revoke my guarantee on the Scots as soon as I declare war, just so England doesn't go after them. Other diplomats. What do I do with them? I suppose I could become friendly with Navarra. Though if this war takes too long, I will lose them again, but I think it's worth the risk. And Provence tends to get excommunicated, so I'm actually going to spy on them. Because if they get excommunicated, that's half off the cost of taking their land. So that would be very good for me. I didn't take advantage of that last time. By half off, I mean the cost for of aggressive expansion. Burgundy is going to be my enemy forever and ever, because they just hate me. So I'm going to rival Burgundy. And then Ottomans and Poland hates the Austrians, so I suppose I'll do that too. They'll both be good for me in the east if I get over there in a timely manner. And at the very least, they will protect the hell out of me. So I'll rival Austria as well. Nothing lost. Alright, let's move on to December 11th. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Sadly, the improved relations guy is behind a +2 cost. Well, it's only 2 ducats a month, though. That's not so bad at the beginning of the game, especially when I'm making 6. I do think I want to focus something here. I could just stop focusing diplomacy for now, but that locks me behind that for a while. If I'm not dumping military points into ideas anymore, I suppose doing administration is not bad, especially since it gets me an idea group faster. The day was December 11th. The war had begun. This will be a reconquest for, I don't know. What's expensive? I really need to figure... Okay, these are the same cost in development. I'm going to pay attention here. If it's a reconquest of Maine, is it going to be cheaper than Alencon to take? That is the question. Provence will join... Oh, I'm an ally with Provence? I'll deal with that later. I also should make use of the threaten war mechanic. Hey, Cypher. Because I didn't do that at all last time. Castile, of course, won't join. Because they like my enemies. Oh, Navarra is on their side now. Tyrone, Leinster. That's a bit annoying, but I think I need to do it. I picked up a lot more allies this time around. Wow. Isn't there an event? So something you learned the other day was if you ever let a year or two pass, you get Maine from England for free. Oh. Well, is that worth doing? Is there someone else I could go after? It's either we give Maine or we are the aggressor in a war. Okay, hold on there. But I'm the defender? Really? So will my allies come in? You know what? It's early enough. I am willing to try this. I'll sometimes bring Provence with you against England. Alright, I'll try this. In the meantime, I'll build spy networks, I suppose. And try to vassalize Navarra if that's possible at this point. Just to pull them away from the English and the Spanish. So that's very good to know. Okay. I didn't know about that event. And in the meantime, maybe I should pull in or get some allies like the Ottomans. They're not big fans of me. On the other hand, excommunicated Provence is cheaper and Burgundy will hit the... Yeah, I'm gonna unally Provence like right now. If they're excommunicated, I will be attacking them. Dissolve alliance. I'm someone you can vent your anger toward? I hope it's not venting. I hope it's venting, not blame. Was that the, okay, they got the PU. So Poland is someone I definitely want to make friends with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. So what you mad about? What you mad about, Pineapple? The season of Overwatch. Of course it's Overwatch. Okay. Oh, you almost hit Diamond. That's a shame. It is a shame. Surprised that Castile's not royal marrying me. So I would certainly like a poo. The surrender of mine. In exchange for accepting... This has happened really fast. In exchange for accepting the Treaty of Tours in 1444, the county of Maine was promised to France. In practice, however, this still has not come to pass. The English have repeatedly evaded the question, and it is becoming increasingly clear that many in the English camp are arguing that the treaty will not be honored. In one last attempt to force the question, Charles VII has approached the county capital, Le Mans, himself and demanded the surrender of the city. The local commander, however, shows no signs of intending to open the gates, despite not having a force strong enough to withstand an attack. That is not the button I wish to press. Oh, it's gonna make me restart the stream, isn't it? That's fine. Bird. No, I just went back to main menu. I didn't lose any time, is the thing. So I don't need to actually crash it. Opening up Task Manager is just so much work, you know? Plus hitting the back to main menu button brings up the game first and not the launcher, so I think I don't have to restart the stream. Everything as planned. I'd rather that happen now than later. Diamond Season 4, make it happen, dude. Right before the season ended, I gained like 300 points in one session. Almost back up to plat. It's true, there is the backup version. What? Alright, offer elastic steel. Rival England. Let's just make sure the alliances are going to pan out the way they did before. They hate Austria. They hate Austria. Good. Castile's my friend all the time. Reclaim it for the manpower recovery speed. Just take the same rivals. All good. I'm tempted to rival Denmark, actually. Yeah, I'm rivaling Denmark, just because I will be warring them. What am I doing? Got an easy EU4 achievement. Pueblo get 7 provinces under 10 development. Oh, I forgot that one existed. That was correct. Yes. Alright. That should make these guys want to be my friend again, I assume. Break the alliance with Provence. And if that event is coming anyway, I might as well revoke my guarantee on the Scots. Yeah, the first game of Europa I ever played was France with all the useless vassals. I got my ass kicked. And then the Burgundian inheritance happened and I got all my land back. It was very confusing. Let's see. Morale of armies. Morale of navies. Manpower modifier, that's actually quite good. Let's go ahead and take that. And switch my focus to admin. Mothball the fleet. And round 2. Round 2.2. Okay, Castilian Alliance. I think it's definitely worth royal marrying them because they're gonna disinherit Enrique. Let's go ahead and spy on Provence. Improve relations with Navarre. That can happen later. Spy on Provence. Can't until the 12th. Improve relations with Navarre. Your first game, Scotland 8, you as England. That, you know, that lines up pretty well with my experience. There's a reason you want to play a strong nation the first time you play. It's quite funny. Now, did England get a bunch of new alliances this time? No Navarre this time. Just Irish miners. Not that it'll matter if I get them to attack me. So that's a good tip. I didn't know about that event. That's very useful, because as the defender, I get free help from Castile. That's going to make it a lot easier. I guess PU over Aragon is still possible, so is PU over Milan. Wait, what? Oh, I see. You guys are, I'm looking away too much. You supposed me to want to pick Ryukyu? I think my second or third game was Lan Na, because I hit the random button and it just took whatever it gave me. Lan Na is a tiny Siamese nation. I ended up with the southern half of China, everything east of India, and Qing under a PU, back when they could get PUs. Free diplomats, that's a cardinal sin. Ottomans will probably want to ally me sometime in the future. Although Poland is more likely to sooner, and I think Poland is the more important ally. So let's go ahead and improve relations with the Poles. I hope they get their union again. Brittany wants a royal marriage. We're not even allies, buddy. Let's get my Spanish marriage. The Papal State wants an alliance. That's actually tempting, because I'll get more Pope points. If I got more Pope points, maybe I can become Pope this time. Actually kind of tempting. I'll hold off, though. I wonder why the Ottomans wanted to become friends so quickly last time. You know, if I bring the Pope in... Oh, there he is. Why? What's the difference here? Friendly attitude. Oh, just attitude. Okay. Well, let's get my Ottoman alliance. Like any true Frenchman. Hmm. 'Cause 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 ' maybe next month or the month after I'll be able to get friendly with the Poles. As long as I get a little extra time, I'll be able to get that alliance. There we go. Bring back my Polish diplomat. Then send them right back with new orders. Letting time progress helps. Alright. Now we just wait for that event. Royal marriage sounds great. Although I'd like to send it so that it doesn't hurt me. Actually, no. My diplomats are far too busy for such trivialities. Go ahead and ally Navarra. Start the process of getting them as a vassal, I suppose. Do I take the royal marriage? I'll be stuck with it if they, this king's pretty old. I suppose I can risk it. It'll save me time. That event's coming a little later this time around. It's fine. Should be able to do things like offer military access here. Make the Navarrans like me. Send gift. Transfer trade power is good. I love this one. It's nice and cheap, but I actually gain from it in the meantime. And they like me more because they're giving me trade power, which is pretty good. I'll send them a wee little gift. Should be nice and cheap. And then in a month or so, I'll have a vassal. Or two, is what I meant. It just ended our royal marriage because his king died. But I got the... But I got it anyway. Because the opinion bonus hadn't gone away yet. Consort marriage ties. Oh, that's interesting. And same dynasty. Oh, that's what replaced it. I'm actually getting a plus 30 now instead of the plus 20 for royal marriage. I totally could have claimed his throne. Alright, so Navarran vassal. That's one territory down. We're at a whopping 22. Okay, Florence got excommunicated, which isn't what I was hoping for, but not totally unexpected. Good, Poland got the PU. So now I've already got, like, the completely overpowered alliance block, especially if Castile gets Aragon. Come on now, that event's gotta come soon, right? Navarre seems to like allying Granada. Maybe. Let's see. Suppose I can get a claim on Aragon. Castile gave me 23 ducats because they're a naive enthusiast. Thanks, Juan. That pretty much paid for my Navarran bribe. England declared war on Ulster. Okay. When's this event gonna happen? Does it not always happen? Because I'm willing to save scum this, or restart it, just for that. I think this start position is quite reliable otherwise. Suppose I can embargo some people. Just gonna give it a little longer. I kind of want to see if it pops up. I'll just speed 5 it. I actually don't need this guy in Navarra. There we go. Oh, they just gave it to me. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Did they give us a peace treaty? It did not, so I can attack now. Right? That's not so bad. Stupid estates. Forced vassalizing a country vassalizes their subjects, doesn't it? I think it makes their subjects go free. Alright, let's find some 2 equally valued provinces if I can. 16, 17. Okay, I'll do it for Normandy. If Normandy is cheaper than Alencon, it should be confirmed that actually making it the target does cheapen it a bit. Hello, Sapphire. Let's do this. Their armies are elsewhere and busy, so this might be easier than last time. Let's waste no time. Let's go ahead and grab the adjoining provinces. Yeah, go for it, Cypher. And I got a cardinal as a reward for my aggressive actions. Cardinal bribed to move. Oh. Well. Screw you, England. I gained a corruption for that? Is that what I just saw? Well, at least now I don't have to demand Maine in the war deal, the peace treaty. What I will be demanding is all of this, plus minimally the Pale. Probably Tyrone now, too. With their armies busy, that this might be quicker and easier than it was last time. England must be driven from France. Wonder if this stacks. I think it would. And again, dip rep is pretty. I want manpower. A loan offer from Scotland. If I take their loan and then declare war on them, what happens? Alright, we got English going to Navarra. But I don't want to give up my sieges, so I won't. Oh, he's going to attack into me with no general. I'm going to crush him. Not even a contest. I stack wiped him. Cool. Thanks, England. Years of separatism -5. That's quite good. I like that one a lot. Okay, now they're going... Oh, where are they going? England, the fight's this way. I don't know what they're doing. Ultimately, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, they might be grouping up now, which would be very bad. They just got War of the Roses. Ooh. Ha! Well, hopefully they'll pull some of their men back. Okay, they are going to attack me here, but I do outnumber... Oh, no. It's a lot of men. I think they are going to beat me here. But I can't leave if I want to, so I'm just gonna have to accept it, do what damage I can, and then get out. Hmm. 20 years of papal influence. Tolerance of the true faith, which is really good right now. Tolerance of heretics actually does nothing. Or temperancy. Yeah, I'm taking that. Absolutely. Stability or 3 inflation. See, that's a little more difficult with stability at a premium. Or the admin at a premium. 3 inflation. It's going to be cheaper to raise my stability now than it will be later because I'm going to be overextended a lot. I only lost half an inflation for that, but that's fine. Alright, these armies need to get cleared. They know what's coming. And because I have Navarra, I can actually walk right through this fort. This is going to be a little costly on the attrition, but I want to wipe out these English before they bring more. Is it Portugal siege something? No! No, 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 no. Turn around. What are you doing? Oh, I'm trapped on this side of it now. Oh, that's aggravating. Didn't think about that aspect. I'd much rather fight them in hills. Ooh. Spain got a succession crisis. Alright, I really need my siege general over here. So in the peace deal, I am taking all of this. And those. Which means I'll probably have to siege down Portugal to get their war score. Alright, hold on here. Let's split this stack. Slap a general on this. Move them in. I'm going to reorganize my troops here. So the two... Okay, the good siege guy can stay. So these... Ah, shit. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So these guys, I want to reorganize. Get even numbers of cavalry here, there's no reason not to. And then split it half and half. Provence has been excommunicated, which means I'm going to want to go after them soon. They're allied with Austria, but that might end because of that. So if Austria at any point won't join them in a war, I will go after Provence. I don't think the English are going to be coming back here anytime soon. They're a little bit busy. Oh, some of them are here. Well, that's fine. I've got my whole army right on the border, right on the fort I want to take. Let's send half of that to Portugal then. The other half, let's see if I can get to Calais. I can. Cool. So I'm going to be using Portugal to get some war score here. How many men do I need? 9? Okay, that's good. Still got your Austrian alliance. That's sad, but I'll have to accept it. Portugal is choosing to help Castile against their rebels rather than fight. That doesn't look good. How far are you gonna run? That's pretty far. Huh, for some reason that army stopped. I must have lost access to Burgundy briefly. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the cavalry in Burgundy. Actually, anything in Burgundy. And the reason for this is that if I lose access to Burgundy, which I can't while I'm in there, I won't be able to get back out, because I don't have power over the seas. So I'm just going to leave a guy in Burgundy so I can't lose the open borders. Alright, I got all kinds of room to make claims here. I guess I'll make a claim on Brittany just as an option. I'll likely never use it. Provence. Let's get some more claims on you in case I can use it. Surely the English are getting close to the point where they want to give up? Nope. Well, a couple of more forts, that'll help quite a bit. Oh, I always forget about Ceuta and their islands. They can produce troops indefinitely. That's fine, they can't siege as fast as me. That said, please siege faster. Please make progress. They've managed to surpass me almost in Navarra, because I've been stalled at 35 for so long. Could get up to the Pale. I'd really like both. They'll be saving me some time. Hey, if they want to attack me, I'll take it. And now I can have everything I want. Maybe even a little more. In fact, I'm going to finish up sieging Calais just so I can squeeze that extra ducat out of them. I might as well crush their army while I'm right here. Just totally evaporate it. I'll send my men home in separate stacks. At this point, I should be building transports. I want 2 more of those. And I might just sell my light ships in favor of galleys. I know I'll be going over force limit in the immediate sense, but I will have more force limit shortly. See if I can put my siege general on there. Yeah, I can. Perfect. And Calais is mine. So, I'll take all the English mainland provinces, including their 2 Irish provinces. I'll take 300 ducats off of them. And they can keep their pitiful treaties for now. I do need to go spying on the Scots. And it wouldn't hurt me to make some more claims on Provence right now. Get that diplomat back. That's the one I'll use for England. The Scots come first. Did I stop guaranteeing them? Please tell me I revoked my guarantee. Good, I did. Whew! I don't seem to have a peace with them, so it's been a while. Good. Good, good, good. Better get my tech before I start getting a higher penalty. I get my claim on Brittany and then leave them too. I don't actually have an interest in them. I got better things to do with my spies now. Which ones are England allied with? These two. Okay. Alright, England. This took longer than I would have preferred, but we are done with it, and I got an extra province out of the deal because of the one you took there. I get 52 power projection, which will put me well ahead of the game for quite some time. And you can drop your core on Armagnac. Beautiful. Now, does the manpower growth stat? It does, so I have plus 20% from those two missions now. Which is good because I'm real low. Let's core my new Irish provinces. And give them the autonomy they've always deserved as Irish, proud Irish citizens. And then I gotta start moving my troops to Ireland. Get my claims there. Manpower needs to recover, that will never happen. Make friends with Savoy, save the Francian people of Picardy. Should also consider if I'm going to attack Provence. Austria would help them, and that's not something I want to see. C'est la vie. I can annex Navarre in a few years. I should probably make sure they are happy enough for that to happen. I never checked the cost of Normandy. Dip rep would be nice, I guess. It'll make me integrate Navarra faster. Savoy, was it? Sure. English pretender rebels got my province, which is interesting. I'll resolve that shortly. King's reputation tarnished. Well, that's a shame. This was one of the more fun achievements. It's really challenging too. I agree. One of my weaknesses as a EU4 player is that I am bad at doing things very aggressive under a time crunch. At least I feel that that's the case. So, I kind of like this opportunity to get better at it. Really push that aspect of the game. I'm hoping these guys will start sailing away soon. But it doesn't seem they want to. I know I'm behind on manpower, but I might as well clear these rebels out. I need this core to finish. Yeah, this achievement seems like the kind of achievement that is very easy to narrowly miss. Which is a different kind of frustration, I think, than if you know, like, miss it by a long shot. If you miss it by a long shot, it's like, ah, what are all these things I have to do differently? If you narrowly miss it, it's, damn it, if I had done this one tiny thing. I shouldn't have my forts up. Costing me the sweet, sweet ducats. Hey, end of the 100 Years' War. Free stuff for France. Because by golly, they need it. Alright, suddenly I have a claim on Ayrshire. Fancy that. Alright, let's take a look at the allies of Scotland. So Sligo, not allied to England or anybody important. Desmond, not allied to England or anybody important. Allied to Tyrone. Sligo is allied to Tyrone and Kildare. So what's interesting here is I can make some of them co-belligerents and just eat up all of them. Or make one vassal. So Sligo will bring in these two. You'll bring in no one. So you'll be a co-belligerent for sure. You bring in these guys. So if I co-belligerent everyone, I'm gonna fight every Irish. enemy. Which might be a little much for little old no manpower me. Then again, I'm France. I could fight almost all of Ireland, but then they would actually outnumber me at that point, and that's a little nasty. I could also co-belligerent Ireland. No, there's no point in co-belligerenting Scotland. So which one of you was... Thomond had only Scotland as an ally. So they will certainly be... So what I did last time is I actually just vassalized their allies and went after Scotland. But I think what I'll do is I'll just stay in Ireland and crush the locals first. And then walk over to Scotland. Trying to think if there's a downside to doing it this way. If I control the Irish Sea, they can't get away. Ah, my improved relations advisor. They're gonna start becoming important. Let's hire him. They have a single heavy here. I'll have to destroy it. Yeah, let's do this. Surely one of them wants to give access. Let's go ahead and repair my ships. Ugh. Attrition Central. I could also go to Scotland first if I wanted to. Give me military access. Also, I'm claiming your land. I'm actually gonna take my ships back, so if he retreats, he'll try to cross here and maybe get insta-wiped. Although he's just gonna get insta-wiped anyway. So I'll leave the ships. Did you cancel access? No, they were just had already moved. So actually these Scots don't have that big of an army, so I can probably just drop off enough men to maintain the sieges here and go to Scotland. With the armies. Three siege man goes to Lothian, you go to Ayrshire. I doubt they'll dare come after me. If they do, I'll just stack up and kill them. Yep. And since they can't actually get over here anyway, I can send the ships to go and blockade. I believe that's the only fort they have. Yep. So once this fort falls, and these forts fall, it'll pretty much be over. Since this was the slower one, I'll blockade that. Do they have a proper fort here? That would explain it. Yeah. I just have a better fort in the south. House of Hudson ends the War of the Roses. So did they get a big old army out of that? I mean, I prefer they got that now. 27,000? No, they're fine. They're not too big. So something I want to do now is actually start spying on... I don't need this spy. Start spying on Norway. Rather, Denmark. Because when this war ends, I'm going to make my claim. Which is why I want to keep my force limit, my naval force limit up in terms of combat ships. Someone wants peace. That seems reasonable. Now, is this going to cause me more aggressive expansion if I take it directly from them? Kind of curious. 11? No. Good. Didn't think it would, but I... Really? Well, you think about that one for a minute. So if I'm real lucky, if I'm really lucky, Burgundy will be at war with someone, say Provence. And they'll end up losing their king, who's very young, which means they lost their king prior to this little issue. When they lose their king, I'll get a whole bunch of land for free. Now, Denmark, are you on my special interests list? Because I need to know about you. Need to know about you, need to know about the Danes, need to know about the Poles. Castile I probably already... Oh, no, already started. Okay. Aragon probably should... Oh, you are. That's interesting. England surely is. By default. Good. Norway and Sweden probably too. Sweden's liberty desire has not shot up yet, so they haven't gotten their whatever events do that. And I do have a free diplomat that should be doing something here. But I don't know what. Suppose I could craft my peace deal. Kind of like the idea of doing this again because it blocks the English. So that is just too much aggressive expansion. In fact, this is too much aggressive expansion. Of course, most of that is with Irish miners. In fact, almost all of it is. So that's actually fine. I should be using my other diplomat in that case to claim up the Irish miners that don't have English protection. There should be a stable government. I disagree. Fantastic. Alright, Thomond, you need to go. But for that, I need a diplomat. Come back, Navarin. The best thing about this is I can access the Bank of Ireland. It's a very good bank. Splat. And there go the Scots. I'm also going to be separate piecing the miners here. I don't have an actual CB on them, so the aggressive expansion is going to be way too high. But for the moment, I'm just going to take their money. How much does war reparations add to the peace timer? 1461? 1460. Not much at all. I'll take that war rep. Bank of Ireland. actually anticipated this being slower. Thought I'd have plenty of time to get my claim on Norway, but nope. I will be having your money, thank you. It's a big navy I'm fighting against. Ooh, I'm losing ships. He's walking away, which is all I wanted. Shit, he came back. Let's not travel around the back. Look, you guys just come around to this side. In fact, you guys just wait. You have transports. What did I lose? I lost my lights. That's fine. I'll just build replacement galleys. Well, I have 99% war score. It shouldn't matter. Scotland as a French colony. Apparently these are out of range. Sucks. Yeah, once I finish my core on the Pale, it'll fix itself. So I don't have a benchmark about exactly how far I am now compared to how far I was last time at this point. Or what year I got this far. But I have a lot less Irish territory this time around. We'll see if that's good or bad in the long run. Probably reduce my war exhaustion, get some of these rebels to not fire, and I can sit on it for a while to keep them off in general. Drop the forts. And Lothian I might just ditch. I think so. I don't want any island forts so that I don't have to go defend them. Normandy as well. Tempting to get rid of this one. Because it doesn't really protect a border. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Kadara was kind enough to revoke access, which I didn't want anyway. I could, however, go after them right now. Clanrada. Which one is that? This one. Kadara, Sligo. Yeah, I could go after that. I assume that if I declared war, Sligo, they would join. Okay. But I can certainly take the time to go kill them right now. Kill them all, that's right. Wow, Anjou actually, or Provence actually gained land, and Austria would no longer help them. Kind of thinking I need to jump on that right now. Before this king dies. Siena would help them, but Siena is tiny. And Burgundy's not about to gain any land from this. They're just sitting here, getting blocked. It's half the aggressive expansion. That's quite good. It's quite good. Quite good. What's my AE look like on the mainland? Burgundy's a little pissed off. Brittany's a little pissed off. Nobody else seems to mind terribly. But at half off the aggressive expansion, what a steal. I love my naive enthusiast neighbor. Screw their feelings, your friends. Yeah, but their feelings are gonna matter if they all get team butthurt on me. Actual term, look it up. Okay. Denmark was spying on me. The nerve. I'm actually getting low on admin here. It's with an advisor, which tells me, since I haven't teched it up, have I? I've only teched it up once. It tells me that I'm actually doing pretty well compared to last time, at least as far as admin spent goes. I don't know if that's good or bad. Oh, my general died. My good siege general. Austria will not help. Castile will help. I can take them with my allies. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not wrong. So excommunicated ruler, I get half aggressive expansion for this and some extra prestige, but the half aggressive expansion is what I want. That is important. That's like taking a 10 development province here instead of a 21 or a 17 or a 12. That's a huge discount. An aggressive expansion is, on the mainland at least, a limiting factor. I can claim whatever I want here. Are there any equally costing? No, there's not. Well, I have a claim on Anjou, and it is my culture. Anjou? Does Siena have other allies? It doesn't matter because I don't want their land. I could bring in Castile. I don't know what else I'd want to bring them in on anytime soon, so using those favors might just be fine. Plus this French culture. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know what else I'd use their favors on, so I might as well just bring them in to make the war faster, I suppose. Excommunicated ruler, CB on Anjou. Keep an eye out for neighbors who have been excommunicated. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So he's going to go down here and start de-sieging his other stuff, which means his army's going to be exposed to all the other people who are after him. Which... oh, I gotta start integrating Navarra soon, too. After this war. I may as well start cleaning up all the Irish miners. Here comes the Spaniards. Get the coalition you don't care about, fight the coalition, win and take all the land. I'll reserve that for the Novgorod campaign that I played. If I get a coalition too early in this, at the end it's kind of okay. You know, I can just deal with it. Ooh. It's actually not too bad to piss off the bourgeoisie because I can just give them prestige. Have your monopoly charters get mad. You can also get some admin here. I should probably be doing that in general. I can get level 2 Inquisitors right now. Ooh, that's cheaper. It'll be the cost of a level 1, because a level 2 is... oh, no, it's not. Level 2 is 4 ducats, so it'll be 2 ducats a month, which is pretty expensive, and last time I was having some money trouble, so maybe I shouldn't. Aragon's also a good target early, yes. And if I were going the southern route, I would absolutely be going for Aragon. I actually have a claim on them just in case I wanted to attack them. But they tend to ally Austria. Right now might be a good time to attack them, considering they did go for Austria, but I want to hit Denmark. I want to hit Denmark real bad. They have no good allies. We don't have common enemies, but I've had this alliance with the Poland this time for quite some time, so I might be able to bring them in on it, you know? Might be good. Also, I'm not ahead on tech, but we're all equal, which is also pretty good. I'm hoping the Spanish go after the Southlands. Oh. Looks like this got besieged. Thanks, Austria. Unless Castile gets Union early. And alliance with the Emperor. Yeah. I'd rather have the Spanish alliance than a little bit of Aragon's land. Catalan land. That sounded like a core finishing. Good, good. You want both north and south? Hey, Burgundian inheritance. If you got the Burgundian inheritance, that's still free land. Certainly nothing to complain about. I'd really like it, Spain, if you would... Oops. Yep. Wrong button. If you would go for this for me. Now, nice thing is Burgundy is at war here. Which means there's a chance for them to die. How is our coveted Renaissance spreading? Aragon's got it. Oh, wow. Guess it went south pretty fast this time around. Well, that means it's going to push north into me then. Which, you know, good. Good in Toulouse. Toulouse? Okay, it looks like, yeah, they pieced out, which means I can kind of do what I want here. And I'll be hitting up the Bank of Siena as well. They got peasants, and I don't care. Have to get access through 2 people to go there. Well, that's doable. To Parma. Free land is still free land. Damn straight. Caldara insulted me. Well, that's just insulting. May as well swing my ships around. Hope you're enjoying the lovely sound of my cat scratching. I guess Castile's gonna go take care of my rebels for me. Morale of armies for 20 years, that's really good. I think this is worth the money in the admin. Alright, Lucca. Still spying on the Danes, am I? Well, might as well make more claims. Doesn't hurt. Oh, looks like they abandoned ship. No, I'll drop a siege and then I'll split off. Split off almost everybody. No reason to take more attrition than I need to. this wasn't such an expensive HRE province, I'd consider vassalizing him. You better win this, Castile. What am I paying you for? It's actually really close. You have any tips for Morocco? Morocco? Early expansion into the other Muslims. Get Ottomans as an ally. Your expansion options are pretty limited. As always, be opportunistic. Colonization is probably crazy good for Morocco. The others hate you? You're probably enemies with their friends. They like to ally Tunis a lot. So, what you could do is attack one of Tunis's allies to fight Tunis. Force Tunis to break their relations with Ottomans or whoever it is that's making them hate you. Because they're not going to want your land directly unless they're bordering you. Got Granada? Oh, that's not bad. If you're already in Iberia, you're in a pretty good position. Three mountains. Yeah. 3 mountains is quite a task. So another thing that's good about this war is I'm actually gaining manpower, which I'm going to need desperately soon. Moroccan, Brazil? I don't think you need tips. You seem like you know what you're doing. Just be opportunistic. Military tech, yes please. 7% tech penalty. I don't care, it's gonna get worse. I'm probably gaining corruption now from, oh no I'm not. Do the Alt Alliance achievement next. Alt Alliance reversed? Yeah, that is one I gotta do. Give me your money. Somebody else already took most of it, sadly. Give me your trade power, just give me. Break your alliance. I can't make you end rivalries, can I? It's just a little too expensive. Yeah, break your alliance with Provence. I want you to keep your Florentine alliance just because I want you to be alive so you can pay me. Piss off the Pope, though. Ah, we're at 100%. Perfect. Let's get this deal out. And Provence. Let's see what I can take from you. It's gonna piss off some people, that's for sure. If I were to take all of it, what would happen? A lot of people would get mad, that's what would happen. Can't keep up in tech with European nations? Oh, but it's so much easier now than it used to be. If you find yourself falling behind in institutions, just develop the hell out of a province. Now these are in my culture, so they're actually better in my hands. I'd almost rather not take these. Although I do have a claim on this one. Let's see, what's my breaking point here? I don't want... Burgundy's gonna be in a in coalition range. I think that's just a fact of life. What does that do if you develop your province, assuming you have the DLC that allows it? I tend to think of the game as having all the DLCs because I'm always up to date. But if you develop the hell out of a province... Actually, I'll just show you. So, if I were to develop this province, I'd spend 54 dip, I'd get 1 production or tax or whatever, 54 admin for 1 tax. It would also advance the progress. Where does it say? Advance the progress of Renaissance by 2.33. What that means is, every time I hit that button, this Renaissance goes up. Once it's full, it starts to spread out from there more. Which means I can embrace the institution faster. What's amazing about this is you can play as Manchu, for example. Just using a recent example. Like I played as Manchu, or Janzhou. Formed Manchu, developed a province to get Renaissance, embraced Renaissance, all without ever being near Europe. So, there's a lot of people that complain that it's basically paywalling an almost necessary feature for most of the world, and I completely understand that. I sympathize with that opinion. Man, this is half price too. So I don't care about the Irish miners. What happens if you do that and then colonization comes out? Well, you have to do them in order anyway. So if you don't have Renaissance and colonialism occurs, you still have to develop to get Renaissance before you can develop to get colonialism. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So as a nation that doesn't happen to be near the spawns and that doesn't have another way to get them, you end up developing a lot. It's still cheaper than westernization would have been, and you reap the benefits later on. So it's such a good deal for other nations, for the rest of the world. It develops in the order they are discovered, yeah. Which is hard-coded to always be the same. When do you suggest? Right when it comes out is actually okay, if it's going to take a long time to get to you. Like right when it's discovered. You can also manipulate things to make it more likely that you'll get the spawn of the institution in your country. Like, you went for colonialism. You had a decent chance to get colonialism to spawn in Morocco if you did it early enough. All you had to do is see the new world. Like when I was playing Manchu, I had it spawn somewhere in Manchu. So it spawned in the Far East rather than in Europe. It's crazy. I'm sure there's some like actual efficient point where developing to get the institution is going to be more efficient than just buying the tech. This is like some threshold. But the earlier you do it, the less you have to spend on tech. I really do want this province. Like, Provence is really good, but even at half off, I'm pushing it here. You're taking over the Maghreb region. That's valid, you know? So let's see. Burgundy will be at 68. Brittany will be at 65. And everybody else I'll be able to deal with. I think this is fine. It's half off. I get more trade power here. It's 3 provinces. It's only 3. But it also blocks other people from eating them. It's too early to get a coalition. You're hoping Papa France doesn't notice you invading Iberia. Use those diplomats. Increases your odds a little bit. Rival the people they're rivaled to. Alright, Brittany likes me. I can actually improve relations with them a bit before calling peace here, and that while I move my troops into position for the next war, and that will help. At least I can take Brittany out of the running for that coalition. And the next person I should attack is definitely Norway. I'd go for the Irish, but I've already racked up a lot of aggressive expansion in this area. That's no good. Yeah, going for Norway. Norway is next. 100%. Debating on whether I should buy up more ships. Now Norway is going to have a lot of navy under its command. It's got one of the largest navies in the world. It's got no heavies, but it's got 11 galleys. I already have a claim on Norway. That's why I went to Scotland. So it's Norway. It's 11 galleys, 6 lights. How'd I get that much of Britain? England. I went through England. I took the Pale and part of our peace deal. So Sweden is also on the table. I don't know if they are going to fight me, but their navy tends to participate even if their army doesn't, I've noticed. So, should pay attention to their size. They are 6 galleys. Okay. Norway. No galleys. 1 heavy. Now, last time I did this, they went to war with Novgorod, and their army was very distracted. which was great for me. But this time I have poles. I thought I had poles. Okay, multiple wars. They have some debt. I think they'll join me anyway. I'm just going to let the Separatists walk away and come in and take it back. That's correct, Rob. Also going to start my integration. You guys gonna walk? You guys gonna leave? Money for the money gods. Okay, they're walking. So the nice thing about Denmark is they don't tend to coordinate. Oh my. I don't want unrest in Ulster. I'll pay for that. I didn't want to fight you. Why did you bring it to this? We could have been friends. Alright. So like surprise extra territory, right? No, okay, good. I've got a lot of spy progress over here, don't I? Don't need it. Let's keep some diplomats free. Alright, let's take a look here. Got a little extra money for me. Taking those war reps. I can force some end of rivalries. Yep, going to Norway. Just about to declare war on them. And I'll make them end a rivalry just so I get the prestige. Let's invest in Pope Chance. I can't imagine he'll be there much longer. 66 years old. Alright, I need to hit the restroom. I'll be right back, guys. We're at 35 provinces. If I can find the dialogue to mute this. There we go. I'm sitting here waiting for the toilet's well within hearing range, so I'm sitting here waiting for the sound to stop from it, from the water flow, and it just kept going like extra long this time. The moment I got up to stop it is when it stopped on its own. Okay. Alright. Let's end the... Well, let's move some troops and then end the Provence War. It'll give Poland some time to... You know what? There's no reason not to end this now. I have a couple people in potential coalition range, but I have a lot of allies. Land is land, right? Highly autonomous land. Because I have no time for this rebel bullshit. Luckily, this one's a lot cheaper. Why is that one a lot cheaper? Are they all? No? Why was... Oh, this one makes sense because it was taken, but this... It's probably because it's in a state. Right. Oh, jeez! I just realized. States. Not all of my states are stated. That's free money. You once said land is land. Well, you're not wrong. Can also afford more troops. Navarre wants a marriage. I say what they really want. Ah, crap. Fine, have your damn marriage. Get inside me. Now, please tell me. Poland, you're making me sad here. It's all about that debt. I might be willing to pay their debt just to get into this. I'm their only ally. That's kinda scary. I can't do it because they are a power. Well, damn it. I just spent all my poke points too. How's the Pope feel about me? I don't want to be excommunicated here. He likes me. We're friends. Let's see, what's my strategy is gonna be roughly the same as last time. What's their land army size? Oh, first of all, is Sweden rebellious? Oh my god, they're not. That's gonna make this a lot harder. Hmm. So I'll most certainly be taking these islands. And I'll most certainly be taking some land over here because it's within coring range. Who do you hate? You hate England. Well, that doesn't help me much, is it? Does it? Sweden's probably got around 16, size 16 army. $10,000 with a cap of 15. Okay, that's not too bad. They'll get up to 15 as soon as the war starts, though. Denmark has 27,000. It's quite a bit. And Norway has a mere 7,000. So Norway is the easy one. And the clergy wants more land. Of course they do. Have yourself some Alencon. There you go. Give me more taxes. How about fleet powers? Oh, they are overwhelmingly stronger than me. Norway has a heavy. And on top of that, they have about 20, between Denmark and Sweden, about 20 galleys. So last time I had the benefit of they were distracted with Novgorod and Sweden was at war, or Sweden was disloyal, so they didn't help with their armies. That war went very smoothly. This time around, my army is about the same size as theirs total. If I, murk up or something. And on top of that, they're not distracted, and Sweden is loyal. I'm ahead on Miltech. It's not a tactics bonus, but it's something. Poland suddenly loves them. Oh, they love Denmark. They don't love Norway. But they're heavily indebted. The alternative is I go after Aragon. Go for Burgundy? Oh god. Giving me flashbacks, dude. No, Burgundy is too strong. Send them a couple hundred ducats. Yeah, I could feed Poland and hope I get the men. The problem with that is, partially, part of the problem is that naval superiority. I guess it's less of a problem if Poland does this area and I do the rest. If I can make it work, I really do want to take some northern lands. Byzantium is alive? I think it's dying right now. They just took their time with it. I suppose I could just go kill Irish miners and wait a bit. Craziest thing I've seen in a single player. I once saw Portuguese England. That was interesting. I know there's wackier things I've seen, I just can't think of any right now. I suppose an alternative is to go to, like, Georgia. Just no CB Georgia. Because there's a lot of cheap land over here. And I have no aggressive expansion in this part of the world. I can't core it? No, but I could vassalize. As long as I have a vassal, I can core things around them too. So then I can go on to Circassia. Because all this is Europe. And then given the opportunity, I could come up here. The reason I want to go up here is there's so much really, really cheap land. It's fantastic. Looks like all of Georgia is technically Europe, and their border is basically the border between them and Asia. And this area is pretty dirt cheap too. Golden Horde land is pretty cheap? Yeah, it is. They're allied with the Timurids. The beauty of doing that is then I don't have to worry about aggressive expansion over here. Like, if I could eat up just these 3 countries, how many provinces is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more. Just for eating these guys that are... Well, this one's got Crimea as an ally. But just for eating these countries that are relatively friendless. And as long as I've got borders... Oh, this is actually going to make it a pain. This, the Caucasus here. Because I won't be able to... I'll have to core these in a line if I take these. I don't have enough transports to make a real safe landing. I guess there's mountains everywhere. As long as I can go into one mountain, I can do it. And I bet the Poles will help me in this area too. Riga would be a nice one to no CB as well. Although that will piss off some HRE folk. There's a double passage. Yeah, but I can't see who's over there. Taking Georgia's not a bad idea, even if I don't come back. Circassia is a vassal of Crimea. So if I do that, I'm fighting with Nagai too, in a naval landing scenario. Oh, they're actually already at war. Can I fight Genoa? They're in the HRE. Theodoro, I believe, was also a vassal. Yeah. Crimea's got a whole bunch of them under lockdown. Oh, worse, Circassia is a March of the Great Horde. I can't take the Golden Horde on the steppe with a naval invasion. It's just not. Oh god, come back, pick up my men. Just not happening. Nope, not going to Mamluks, that's not Europe. The only part of their sphere of influence that I have any desire for is Cyprus, I suppose. Now, after I'm in Georgia, I can tell them to claim Genoa. And if at any point the Emperor won't help, then I can go to war with them. So, Canadians, the achievement I'm going for is called Big Blue Blob. Hold 100 European core provinces before 1500. Looks like I can embrace the institution too. But I'm going to wait. It's pretty expensive, and I am not behind on tech. Let's see. Just to clarify, nobody will get extra mad. Nah. I'll get 4 aggressive expansion for this, essentially. It's just going to cost me some admin. Yeah. I like that it gives you a pop-up now. Did it before? This is where I find out my troops aren't on the ships and I was mistaken. So I'll stab up as soon as my cores finish. And now, before their fleets are released into the sea, I'm going to send my men home. Pick up more just so I know I have domination in the area. Can 10 troops do this? Probably not. I'm bringing 10 more. They are in mountains, so I'm in a pretty good position to defend what I'm holding, though. Now, I have a lot of free diplomats. I'm going to improve relations with my allies. And make claims on the rest of these suckers. So I've got the whole of Ireland under claim. Castile's no longer considered a great power. outdone by Aragon. And Burgundy, what an embarrassment. Poland paid the debt of Novgorod. Why are you paying their debt when you wouldn't go to war with me because of debt? If you know what I mean. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? Oh, what happened? Denmark broke the royal marriage with Scotland. Denmark entered a royal marriage with Scotland. Event Make the Deal, Earldom of Orkney for Scotland. Okay, so they had an event. I'm going to core Ireland this time. So I need to spy on Denmark again. Because I just lost my claim. And I need to be able to jump on that. I like how they got both of these. Well, at least I have claims on Scotland. What's my aggressive expansion out here look like? Oh, there's like nothing. I can keep going. Make sure it's known that I want these. How long until I can put the Scots in their place? 10 years. Now, is any of Armenia actually Asia? Or Europe? Not a bit of it. So if I vassalize Georgia, this will be instant peace with the Armenians. Ooh, I don't want to lose admin. It's expensive. So now I wait. Pope is attacking Provence. Oh, my cores are done, so I can stab up. I don't have rebels. I guess that's not entirely necessary then. Oh, the Armenians are helping me to die. Ah, well. Alright, I'll need this diplomat to call peace here. What did that say? Minimum autonomy plus 0.55. Oh. Okay, so embracing the institution will cost me 731. How long until that spreads? Damn, it's slow. Well, it's coming in over here now. That won't take too long. It'll get cheaper. Good, Armenia accepted peace, which means... Aw, man. Don't make me pick between you guys. I love you both. Well, I can call a diet and please the nobility, so I can piss them off here. Side with clergy. They do pay my taxes. And give me administrative support. And the bourgeoisie do give me money. Denmark is no longer a great power. Poland's slowly paying off their debt. And nobody likes these guys. I got no aggressive expansion for a no CB on them. Twas a profitable venture. And I certainly don't have to kill their army. So I won't. I do kind of want to take their money. Although they don't have much. They're not caught up in tech. This will put Trebizond in coalition range, but just barely. Essentially no one else. I took a core from Armenia? Is this, But it's Europe. They've got all the Europe, and that's all I want. So vassal they will be. They're a little bit rebellious. You know, it's mostly their opinion, man. Yeah, they'll be fine. Now, the Golden Horde is losing a war, which I find intriguing. I've actually still got men back here, so I could expand in both directions at once if I wanted to at this point, which is really nice. Really nice, as long as I have advantageous wars. Do they give me force limit? They do give me a little force limit, and I feel like... Well, I want cogs, but I feel like I need warships. I'll hold off on building those. What are these? Oh, alright, I integrated Navarra. 2 barks. Well, ship's a ship. Okay. Now I really have to wait till he claims something over here for me to take advantage of it, unless I have a CB on, say, Genoa. Which I most certainly do not. So a sailing in this direction won't do me a whole lot of good. So I'm currently up to 39 plus 7 provinces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 46 provinces. English troops comes up in 67. Austria still won't help with Aragon, which makes them a tempting target. Could take these islands and a chunk of Naples. This might piss off the Ottomans. No, they don't want it. Okay. The only place I can currently expand easily is into Aragon or Ireland. I have a claim on Amor. Oh, neat. Suppose I could go into Brittany as well. Hmm. As much as I'd love to go after the Golden Horde right now, Georgia is the one with the power over the claims. That would be a whole new sphere of aggressive expansion groups. Because the Muslims aren't really pissed at me at all. I'm afraid that if I go after Aragon, the coalition size is going to grow considerably. I wonder if this tooltip calculates colonial distance from Georgia, because this doesn't say I can core it, though I certainly can right now. I wonder if their overseas range also benefits me. Not sure about this. You know what? It's getting kind of late. I can't do another 1:30 in the morning because it's 12:30 already here. So, since it's getting late and I'm at a point where I need to really think about how to move next so I don't lose steam, I'm just going to stop for now. I think I'm at a decent point. I just need to find a place to punch through. Whether it's via a Georgian claim over here, but they'll probably have to work on that. I don't know. Is there an indication of who's spying on whom? Probably not. Sadly, Georgia doesn't have claims on people I want. I have a claim here. I suppose I could go to war for that and have the Ottomans do the lifting. But I kind of want to use these Ottoman favors on more important targets like Crimea. And if my dip rep wasn't so bad, how long does that take? Like 10 years to fix? Yeah. And even a dip rep advisor wouldn't be quite enough. So So I can't easily sway people to go to war for me anymore. The Ottomans currently have an administrator instead of a, what do you call it? A warmonger guy. So, they're a little less aggressive, which means I can afford to take stuff in the area. Pontic Mountains. It's a new one to me. Yeah, what I probably have to do is back out of Georgia. Let Georgia deal with its own land for a while, and then come back later and tear through the area with Poland's help. And in the meantime, I can kill the Irish. When did they change the name of the Golden Horde? I think it was the last patch. So, Golden Horde is now a formable nation, and this is just Great Horde. It's the same thing, it's just Golden Horde is formable for whatever reason. Another thing I could do is try to get East Frisia as a vassal. This is only -1, so if I do find the advisor, that would actually be really good. Maybe I gear my choice of... No, it doesn't look like diplomatic reputation comes early enough on any of these. Ah, well. Alright. I'll mull it over. I'll be back when I come back. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for keeping me company.